Hello and happy New Year, everybody! Today I'm here to talk about the newest Mono Earth deck I've been playing. This is definitely a fun deck, but it's very strong. It's something I've been wanting to share or something I've been working on, and I've been wanting to share for a little bit. It's been doing great at locals. It's definitely it's definitely very fun. And yeah, let's just get right into it. So the main thing is the Prishe engine, obviously. That's why it's called Prishe's Hairpin. And for anybody who plays FFBE, they know what that is. But for those who don't, it's just one of her, like, I guess, equipments that gives like extra attack, and that's kind of how I came up with this or whatever. But yeah, so we're playing triple Prish of the 2-drop. Now this one's kind of like the important piece, so you always want to try to open her at least, like open this one and a backup to kind of get your engine going, or at least any way to search her. And yeah, for pretty much she gets plus 2k M Brave when you have 4 backups, 4 Earth backups, and then she can tap 1 to bring out a Prish from your hand. That's kind of what you want to do. That's the engine. That's the strategy to get the bigger ones out and like trade pretty much. Next is Angus. Angus is just there to buff all your Earth Lords. This is a mono Earth deck, so he's always very useful. Also, the extra power like that he can do helps when Prish is coming in. The 9 cost. You can target, respond, give her more power to deal more damage. Very simple. We do have the Noctis here. Noctis is just a great card. He does help, deal with aggro decks, so he's very important in that regard. Kind of helps this deck set up a little bit more, which I don't want to say it always needs, but it's definitely helpful in case of a bad hand or you're just not getting there, or your opponent's putting a lot of pressure. So Noctis is really good to help with that. And along with Angus and Anna, he's gonna get stronger, so he'll be able to do more fights, use his ability more. The Psychon Wardens are just there to help thin out the deck, as well as provide bodies. You guys are familiar with that. Next, I'm playing one Raban. He's really just like he's one of your flex picks. If you don't like him, you can always sub him out for something you like. I'm gonna start talking about flex picks now when I'm going over these decks, because there's always 5 cards like that I feel that can always be changed for different scenarios. Like you have your tech choices, and then you have your locals choices, stuff that you kind of take because you kind of assume you know what everyone's playing. And Raban's kind of the reason I'm only playing a 1 of. It's because he is an out, he is a forward out with abilities, and if you have Anna and Angus, he doesn't die. So just something to keep in mind. Or you can also tap with Angus to give him the plus 2k. Just something else there for you. And yeah, so that's why he's just the 1 of. I am playing double Wool. Obviously, Wool is a great card. He helps throughout the whole game, really. But you know that already. Cecil is another 5-drop. Just I wanted to keep the how else can I put more ways to destroy things also, and kind of give this deck a little more protection in case it needs longer to set up. And Cecil's do that from both the EX burst aspect and just dropping them on board. And now as for the other Prishes, I am playing the 6-drop L from Opus 3. She's good. She is searchable with the Star Symbols, and you can crack the Star Symbol to drop her. She does only have Brave, but when she goes from the field to the break zone, you may play 1 card Prish from your hand onto the field as well. So you always want to keep that going, whether it's you have this one or the 9-drop one. You kind of want to go from 2 to 6 to 9, or from 6 to, or Star Symbol from the Star Symbol to the 6, and then from the 6 to the 9. And then that way you're still always going into it. Plus she has an S. It is expensive, but you choose a dual forward and break it. It's pretty good though. So I've used it maybe a couple, I want to say 2-3 times at most, but it's there just in case. And then finally is the 9k Prish. Now, like I said, the idea is to keep at least one of these in your hand at all time, just so when you drop the other Prishes, you always get the best effect for it. And that's what kind of helps you take the momentum in this game. We're playing this deck anyway. You want to use this one to you trade up with the other ones, and then you drop this one for free to break something else. That way you're 2 for 1-ing. And yeah, then you're playing the 1 Yuri. It is a really good card. Helps with just about anything. It's really the versatility that we like. You want to be able to draw a card if you need to, or don't freeze. or anything really. So it's very helpful. And again, because you are playing mono, you are able to use his effect very well. And he gets the buffs from all the other characters, from Enna and Angus and stuff. All right, and that's it for the forwards. Moving on to the backups, it's going to be simple. Triple Catsith, mainly because you want to protect Prishe when she's out. They do have they have Brave. Two of them have Brave, and they are strong and they are threatening, obviously, and that's kind of what you want to do. You want to protect your threats, like the things that put the most pressure on your opponent. So that's why you're playing Triple Catsith. Only 2 Mogmobius. This might be another flex pick, mainly because we have a lot of ways to search already and enough filtration, I guess, to filter through the deck to get the Prishes in our hands. But I like it just in case. Usually I end up searching for the Wolves or the Cecils later in the game when I need them. So that's that. And as a mandatory, plus 1,000 to all the Earths. Everyone, including Yuri, was going to get the buff. I've always been a big fan of Momodi. Momodi is going to be the one that gives everyone Brave. At least you'll have 2 Braves, ideally, right? So obviously the plays are here. Well, my favorite plays anyway are having Yuri, give Yuri Brave, have him attack, and then you can do effects. Or you can have Wool and him give Brave, and then same thing with Angus too. Like you can have Momodi give anyone Brave, and then as long as Angus is on board, that forward can attack and then still be a target for Angus's ability. So it's very important to me. And as long as I'm playing Earth, I feel like I'm always going to try to squeeze in Momodi. I'm playing 2 Kolka. I think Earth really needed something like Kolka because, coming from Water. Water has Merlwyb and stuff, Merlwyb and Brawn. That helps us pretty much get the things we need. And, playing Kolka now, or any really Earth decks, like even going back to Yang Ursula or anything like that, Kolka helps us get those pieces that we need. And so here, if I don't have the Prishe, the 2 cost one or the 9 cost one, I'm going to get it. I will always have this in my hand. And if you're ever playing against this deck, you should assume if there's a Prishe on board that your opponent has the 9 drop or at least the 6 drop or any of the other higher cost cons in their hand. Next is Miner. Again, just kind of ways to cycle through the deck. Pretty much to develop your board because he is a 2 cost effectively. And then just kind of get your Prishes back later as you go. If you know you're going to die, you can chain the Miner to get the Prishe back to your hand and then let it die and then drop the 9k one or the 9 drop one or whatever. So very good. Star Sybil, only playing 2. I was playing 3 because it does search for all the Prishes and it does, I can drop the 6 drop, but it's kind of, I don't know. If there's anything I'm considering taking out, it would probably be the Star Sybils. Just mainly, they are EX burst and they do help me search, but I'm not playing, other than the 1 Shantoto, I'm not playing much else of the 11 engine, and so it's kind of, I feel like it's kind of dead sometimes, and it is expensive. I am paying 5 for it. Effectively 3 because I'm getting a card back, but still, that's why I kept it at 2 instead of 3. And then the 1 Minfilia just to help develop board and deal with, Yuris and stuff. And then obviously 1 Shantoto just for board clears and, protection like that. Now, the summons are probably the most flexible, I think, in my opinion. It's simple. It's 2 Hecaton Tears, triple Yojimbo, and triple Titan. Now, Hecaton was the newest edition. I was playing Atomos just to add multiple EX bursts to this deck, but they really weren't doing anything for me. I found myself pitching them in most cases if I didn't hit them on the EX burst, which I rarely did for some weird reason. And then what I did was choose the Hecaton shares over them because I like trading up is what I like to do with this deck. So as long as I have the 2 drop Prishe, I can have her attack. Most people won't block, right? Because they don't want to let you drop the next one. So you'll Hecaton share that one when you have the 4 backups, or at least anything it'll trade with. And then you'll kill one thing, drop the next one for 1 CP, kill something else. So effectively you get 3 points, you get a point of damage and kill 2 forwards anyway. So really good. Same thing with Yojimbo. That's why I left Yojimbo in there. But I like doing it on the EX. It's more important, Yojimbo, during the EX burst when you don't have the backups, because she'll go from a 5 let's say even 6 if you have Enna, to a 8 or a 9, and then she'll be able to trade with anything. Then you pay the 1 to drop the 9k or anything else. So you're still doing the value that you need, that you want there. And Titan is there just for, again, for 2-for-1s. The idea is to bring the value out from your, the abilities. So I also kept Titan. Now, realistically, this deck suffers from one real thing. It's RFG, removed from the game. Water Wind is very strong, very popular right now. And there are multiple variants of it. Some playing the 2-cost unit to play more water summons, or some playing the 5-drop unit to do, RFG. This does lose to that unit, the 5-drop. But that's where the flex picks comes in, like I said. This is the way I've been playing it. I have played it with the 3-drop hecatons, so I can remove that problem. And it does help. It does work. But if you're kind of just going for the combos and stuff, you can obviously leave it, or at least play around with the summons again. That's what I wanted to talk about. Like, those will be your flex picks. You can have these. I chose these to kind of always win the trades and trying to gain advantage. But again, it does get shut down by, just pretty much Yuna at the moment, and Shantoto. So, yeah, there's that. But yeah, that's pretty much the deck, guys. If there's any questions you guys have about it, please let me know. The combos are simple, like I said. You just go from Prishe to Prishe, try to take 2 down, and then you use your summons to gain the advantage here. Please try it out. Let me know what you think. I'll have more decks coming to you guys soon this year. I hope you guys have been enjoying your year so far. I know I have. But yeah, I'll catch you next time.